You've got guitar in hand, and I think people have been waiting about an hour and 20 minutes now to hear some of this live stuff. I know I have, and I'm really glad you've come down with instrument in hand.
Well, thank you for having me.
What are we going to start with?
I was just gonna play as much as I can fit in off my new record till, when do I have to stop? At 12 o'clock?
We're going to kick you out of here at 11:59.
11:59?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go straight through. If people want to ring up and they want to hear something, then ring up and they'll put a little sign up on this window saying, so-and-so asked for... You can do that, can't you?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, other than that, I'm just going to play my new album, Selections from Why We Fight.
John Wesley Harding. Okay.
Okay. And this first song is called Kill the Messenger, dedicated to my friend Alan, who made the video for it right there. The messenger came with bad news from the front. He said the soldiers are starving and their swords are all blunt. They need a show of support or some futile sign. That's what they told me to tell you, not even the words were mine. The messenger came with bad news from the war. He said the fine young men forgot who they were fighting for. They don't want to be stars on a TV screen. That's the general feeling. Please don't blame it on me. And the people said, 1 and 1 is 2. There's nothing left for us to do. But since you're here, we can blame it on you. We will kill messenger, kill messenger, kill the messenger. We'll kill the messenger. The messenger came with bad news from your town. He said the phone lines are on strike, the doormen are all down. They turned your den of thieves into a temple. They need someone of stature who can set them an example. And the people said, 2 and 2 is 4. Don't tell us anymore. We all know the score. You should kill messenger, kill messenger, kill the messenger. You kill the messenger. Someone brought the bad news to the messenger's folks. They said your son's been killed 2 times. They said, is that a joke? He said no, he was the victim of ignorant minds. Well, I hate to bring such bad news. Please don't think me unkind. And the family said, 1 and 1 is 2. There's nothing left for us to do. Since you're here, we can blame it on you. Yeah, yeah, we will kill messenger, kill messenger, kill the messenger. We will kill messenger, kill messenger, kill the messenger. You kill the messenger. So if you want to send a message, get a protest singer to do it. Thank you. This next song is a song, the next song on my album, and it's called Ordinary Weekend, and it's a Jim Thompson novel crossed with Sunset Boulevard. Well, I lost my job on Friday. I went drinking to forget. My luck, it had been down so long, but I could change it yet. Sat down and started talking with some guy sitting there. He bought me drinks all afternoon until I didn't care. He said, was I in need of work? Some money could be found. I said, is it above the law? He said, it's underground. I said, I need the paycheck now, I got debts here and there. He smiled and asked if I could drive. I said, I'll drive anywhere, anywhere. In this weekend of ordinary dreams, everything is not as it seems. Take a look around at all the faces in the crowd, and you'll see where I've been. We met up on the Saturday, I thought it was us two, but I had not asked questions, not knowing what to do. 12 of them were in the van, 13 including me. 12 pairs of eyes were staring round at me suspiciously. And so I just sat down and drove and took them to a track. And I drove past the security guard while they hid in the back. And they made me stop and got out there, and I heard a couple of shots. Well, I hope they were in self-defense, but I knew they were not, they were not. In this weekend of ordinary dreams, everything is not as it seems. Take a look around at all the faces in the crowd, and you'll see where I've been, you'll see who I've been. Well, I drummed my fingers on the wheel and waited for the boys. I had a smoke, I had a few, I got very paranoid. And still they hadn't come back there, so I just drove away, deciding to play safe and get my share another day. On Sunday he came round my place, I asked him where they'd been. He said they'd left another way and that only I was seen. He said that we should cash the van, and did I want my share? Well, I didn't like the way they'd left, but by now I didn't care. For this weekend of ordinary dreams, everything is not as it seems. I took a look around at all your faces in the crowd, but I guess I was just too keen, I was just too keen. They took me to a back room with a single swinging light. Someone said the fish are starving, and it's time they had a bite. And I felt sick and stupid, and I damned my own brown hair, forgetting that the price you pay must far exceed the share. Someone pulled a knife out, and he stabbed me in the back. And they found my hands, they tied my feet, and they threw me in a sack. And they took me to a lakeside where they threw my body in. I could hear them laughing. They said, well, you can sink or swim, sink or swim. That's freedom of choice. Sink or swim. Sink, you can sing. So now hear you desperate women, and hear you desperate men. Don't take your life for granted, please don't live your life in vain. But if you think that you can change it, I hope you know you can't go back. Just go down to that lake, watch me floating in this sack, in this sack. You can watch me floating in a sack. You can watch me floating in a sack. You can watch me floating in a sack. Thank you. Thank you. It's kind of strange. You have to, I'm looking at 3 people through a glass here, but apart from that, it's kind of it's a private performance, if you can imagine such a thing. If that isn't a contradiction in term, this next song includes a little bit of Richard Gere bashing, so if there's any Richard Gere fans out there, you can turn off for a little while. This song is called The Truth. It's about a rare commodity called the truth. Don't find much of that in LA. And this one, and here it is. It's the next song on my album. Well, I was arrested for disturbing the peace. Oh, but hey, I was disturbing the wall. I was holding a small white handkerchief. I said, please don't fight no more. And I thought that there'd be an on each side, but there was just two guys wearing very bad ties. So I shouted until my throat went hoarse. They cut out my voice box, of course. I was taken to court in a city of gold, where silence is a sure sign of guilt, where you can't speak out in your own defense or be heard over worlds being built. And the trial was a farce, as befitted a place where comedy and tragedy share the same face. The judge read the verdict, a curtain was raised, an audience wrote out its praise. And I said, where's the truth around here today? Where do fact and fiction separate? Who's the big guy that we have to pay to find the truth? To find the truth. Well, it all made the news, but the story was wrong, and the photo wasn't even of me. And the great God I love, he intoned from above, you shouldn't sniff at free publicity. But it wasn't the voice I'd expected to hear. It was thin and unclear like Richard Gere. And somebody said, God's had a bad fall, that's his manager taking his calls. And I said, where's the truth around here today? Where do fact and fiction separate? I know that we're much too clever to pray, but where's the truth? Say, where's the truth? I was put in a cell for the whole afterlife, but my mind was just as free as could be. Somebody said, just your body's in chain, and you can guess that that encouraged me. So I wandered and roamed for the rest of my days. I was clearing my name, I was apportioning blame. But when I woke up, saw the dream, all was well. When I woke up in my cell. And I said, where's the truth around here today? Where do fact and fiction separate? No one wants to be the one to say, but where's the truth? Say, where's the truth? Say, where's the truth in this world today? Hey, ooh, hey. Thank you. My name is John Wesley Harding, and I am playing live on KCRW radio, coming at you out of Santa Monica. And I'm also tuning my guitar at the same time. And I listen to KCRW a lot when I'm in town, and I wish there was a radio station as good as it in San Francisco, and you're lucky to have it, so you should give them money when they ask you. I just thought I'd throw that in while I was tuning. When they ask you for money, give it to them. I've had some requests. I've been asked for, well, this next song is definitely dedicated to my friends Jackie and Snake. And I'm not going to play the song you asked for, though, because I don't know more than 2 verses of it. Thanks for asking for it, though, guys. And I'm now going to do this is an unreleased song. Somebody's asked for an unreleased song, and you know they're a clever dick, don't you, when somebody asks for a song you never recorded. So this is for Martin in Simi Valley. Woohoo! And this song's called Starstruck Band. I don't often do this one, but here it comes. Well, there's entertainment news on the hotel TV. They run it for 23 hours, where stars discuss celebrity and celebrities talk about stars and who's having who in so-and-so set. The lifestyles of the rich and useless, from Queen Julia down to King Kong. They got everybody singing that song, but everybody's got it wrong. It makes me stutter, makes me stammer, so let it fly it high, 'cause it's a starstruck banner. Here's how it works, and here's a spanner. That's a wrench, stick it in one time. Well, I know that woman and she can't act, and I know who bought her breasts. What she wanted to get to grips with me, now she can't get me off her chest. Well, I've seen the photos of her wedding day, now she's another gay divorcee. Well, you can blame it on the media, but I'm not buying all the crocodile tears and the reptile sign. If you get it and you don't want it, you're not trying. Makes me stutter, makes me stammer, so let's fly it high. Well, it's a starstruck banner. Here's how it works, and here's a spanner. Alright, well, you can stick it in. Well, now, I read the papers, I'm looking for the news. All I see is excuses for irrelevance. If you thought no one was dying, well, you'd be excused. It's an insult to the unintelligent. You know that me, I'm just an armchair outlaw, but I'm trying to make ends meet. And when I try to live the psychomaths, well, it knocks me off my feet. Well, I've heard there's no gods left anymore, so why did we want to make these new ones for? We'll just get on our knees like we know we should. We're gonna say our prayers to holy word, but it ain't gonna do us no good. And it makes us stutter, makes us stammer, so let's fly it high, 'cause it's a starstruck banner. Here's how it works, and here's the spanner. Alright, well, you can stick it in. Well, it makes us stutter, makes us stammer, fly it high. Thank you. And thanks to whoever rang in and asked for that one, because I wouldn't have played it otherwise. So back to my new album then. I'm going to do a new song off of that album. If there were 2 sides, this would be the last track on side 1, and I dedicate this to, as T-Bone Burnett refers to them recently, the bad Pats, Pat Robertson, Pat Buchanan, and David Duke, and all those people. And because Hitler's, wherever Hitler is now, he's looking at these people and he's upset because all they get is like a newspaper or religious television program, and it costs him a lot of effort to do what they do very quickly. And such is the power of communication. This song is indeed called Hitler's Tears. One man's tears stain the pillow where he used to lay his head. She's left him for another man, so how come they're both sleeping in his bed? He can hardly sleep for misery. You can hear him catch his breath, and he grinds his teeth into the night. And God says, hey Adolf, are you alright? One man's tears stain the paper where he writes his Christmas list, and he inks in broken German, send me the skill of a fine artist. Then he wipes out half the continent with one flick of his wrist. He's so lonely, so misunderstanding, as he pulls his blanket across the landing. You can hear them falling every day. Hitler's tears, just open up the newspaper. You can hide, there's no escape from Hitler's tears. Just what makes the Fuhrer blue. He's crying for you. He's crying for you. One man's tears, he was a fascist before it was cool. 'Cause now it's so expected, just accepted that power is cruel. He'll apply for reinstatement, using the reincarnation rules. He's the only man, most certainly, who could claim to have learned from history. You can hear them falling every day. Hitler's tears, just open up the newspaper. You can hide, there's no escape from Hitler's tears. Just what makes the Fuhrer blue. He's crying for you. Hitler cries himself to sleep, alone in prison, no one calls. How must it feel to be the biggest loser of them all? One man's tears, salt water salutes the final trip. 1,000 naughty Nazis, a Fräulein with a bullwhip. A lullaby of Uberales, a shaking up a lip. It's all become a Whitehall farce. That's how we tear our fears apart. Well, you shouldn't take it straight to heart, so the rest of us can get to sleep tonight. Hitler's tears, just open up the newspaper. You can hide, there's no escape from Hitler's tears. Just open up the newspaper. You can open up the newspaper. And if there's a smile on your face, don't let that smile convince you that I've been happy since you decided to go. 'Cause I'm hurting, I want you to know about Hitler's tears. Hitler's tears. Where you can hide, there's no escape from a Hitler's tears. Hitler's tears. Thank you. Here I am, John Wesley Harding, on the Chris Douridas show, as I call it, on KCRW in LA. I'm going to do one song, then I'm going to play the piano. And I've had a request for a song that I am in fact going to play. And it's from Mark in what looks like New York. Hi Mark. In New York. New York, California? I don't know, in New York. Well done for listening. Quite an achievement. And I'm going to do, in fact, a cover, the only one I'll do now. And this is called If You Have Ghosts, and it's by Rocky Erickson. And I put this on an album called Where the Pyramid Meets the Eye, which some people at my label had the very bright idea of doing, because it was a very good album. And if you didn't check that one out, there's many, many better people than me on it. And this is called If You Have Ghosts. It's going to be a rare acoustic outing for this song. In fact, it's going to be a unique one. You have ghosts, and you have everything. If you have ghosts, you have everything. Where you can say anything you want, and you can do anything you want. If you have ghosts, then you have everything. Wine never does that. Wine never does that. Well, you can call it surprise where it is. The moon's the left part of my thoughts, a part of his being. Wine never does that. Well, in the night I am a real. Well, in the night I am a real. The moon to the left of me is a part of my thoughts, a part of me is me. Wherever the wind to the left of me is a part of my thoughts, a part of me is me. In the night I am a real. I don't want my fangs too long. Yeah. I don't want my fangs too long. The moon to the left of me is a part of my thoughts, a part of me is me. Wherever the wind to the left of me is a part of my thoughts, a part of me is me. I don't want my fangs too long. If you had ghosts, then you have everything. If you have ghosts, then you have everything. If you have ghosts, then you have everything. If you have ghosts, then you have everything. Spook me now. It's a Rocky Erickson song. I like that song a lot. That's why I covered it. Okay, I'm going to play the piano now. It's the first time I've ever played the piano in a public setting with people listening on the radio. And my first error is that I'm not actually sitting at the piano while I do the introduction to the song. That's one of the first things I did wrong. Here I go. This is a song off of my new record, and it's called Into the Wind, and I wrote it on the piano, and Steve Berlin encouraged me to play it on the piano rather than to get a piano player to play it on the piano. So it really sounds like me playing the piano, which may be good or may be bad. Maybe like that ABBA record I played. I don't know. Here it is anyway. He threw his hopes into the wind, see if they would pin on her again. He threw his heart against the wall, see if it would stick or fall. She put her arms around him and said, "You are forgiven." He said, "Well, you're the only thing makes life worth living. When you live into the wind, into the wind." He pushed the rock up to the top, and then it rolled back down the mountain. He did it once, now he can't stop, but he'll never quit complaining. She tells him why he does it, it must be because he needs to. He takes his hands away, the rock does not roll down. It sits firm into the wind, into the wind. Why can't you see? You create these situations. It's not to be or not to be. Nothing's that easy. He builds a home paper on sand. He awaits it, congratulations. wind blows once the house falls down, and he wails amidst the ruin. For all the time that he spent working on this worthless enterprise. She stands him on a rock, she says a word to the wise. If you live into the wind, into the wind, why can't you see? He creates these situations, not to be or not to be. Nothing's that easy. Doesn't feel the cold today, doesn't worry about tomorrow. He doesn't build a house of cards just so he can knock it down. He takes her in his arms, his overconfidence returning, and laughs with her when she says we have love to burn. If it burns into the wind, into the wind, if it burns into the wind, into the wind, into the wind, into the wind. All right. So I got 4 minutes left, have I? You telling me 4? Okay. So I got one more song to do, yeah. Then I'm going to have to go. So thanks for the requests, and at least I played Chris's request, so that was good. This song is the last song on my album. And it's, sometimes you listen to a radio station and you wish that you hadn't put yourself through that particular 3 minutes. You wish you hadn't put yourself through that. That's not always the case with this show. This song is called Come Gather Round. It's a What Happened to Our Music song, and thanks for having me. It's the 3-minute version. Come gather round and listen, if you can get that near. If not, we'll use this microphone so all you poor souls can hear. And hold hands in a circle, or step out straight ahead. Rejoice in your rebellion, or you can wish you were in bed. Come gather round and listen, or watch me on the screen. The campfire burned out long ago, and the songs all got obscene. Left us with some rich kids trying hard to be sincere. Why don't you let it fly straight out the other, after going in one ear? Come gather round, from the kings and the queens on down. If you listen close, you can hear the sound of a human voice saying, come gather round, come gather round. So listen to my story, we haven't yet begun. We have to cut through so much crap just to have a little fun. And who are we now anyway, that we can even earn the name? We're so convinced we're different that it makes us all the same. Well, come gather round, from the kings and the queens on down. If you listen close, you can hear the sound of a human voice saying, come gather round, come gather round. Don't fall for the new maturity, it ain't real, well they just call it integrity. Please don't grow up, please blow up your TV. Come on you desperate rebels, and hang your heads in shame. For those who live in self-contempt, you've just yourselves to blame. For those who can, who do nothing. For those who can't, who succeed. To cry out bloody murder, and the moment that they bleed will come gather round. From the kings and the queens on down. If you listen close, you can hear the sound of a human voice saying, come gather round, come gather round. From the kings and the queens on down. If you listen close, you can hear the sound of a human voice saying, come gather round, come gather round. Come gather round, come gather round, come gather round. Thanks for having me.
All right, Wes, what a treat. What a treat this has been. I'm Chris Douridas. You're listening to Morning Becomes Eclectic on KCRW. You can't hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay. What a treat this has been, Wes. Really. Thanks for your time. Thanks for stopping by and spending the time with us. John Wesley Harding, the new release is called Why We Fight on Sire Reprise, and thanks to Howie Klein for helping to set this up, and to Bob Carlson for engineering this live broadcast.
Thanks, Bob.